Hey guys, we are live. Thank you guys for joining me back. This is our quick pop in. I'm going to try to be as quick as I can because I do not want to be on here too long because I kind of have a busy day, but I like to try to keep my pop ins at a certain time. So let's go ahead and get this in so I can stay on my schedule as well. Everything said in this video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. All right, let's go ahead and jump on in. As you guys may know, one of Love and Marriage Huntsville's castmates was served a cease and desist by a blogger. And this person has said that they are not going to adhere to said cease and desist because it was not served by an attorney. Well, we're going to go ahead and educate you guys today on how cease and desist work because obviously people do not understand the ramifications of the law and how it works. All right. So if you are served a cease and desist, whether it is served to you by an attorney or not, it is still legit. If a person types up a cease and desist and serves it to you, whether it's by mail or by hand, however the case may be, via social media, it is still a legit cease and desist. Okay. Now, a person can go and take the legal route and go through an attorney and spend $1,000 or so and have them draw it up, put the legal stamp and all of that on it in order to send it to said person legally. But you can be served a cease and desist without a attorney present. Okay. I think you guys may know, some of you guys may have seen this person's live last night. That would be Wanda. Wanda went live because she was served a cease and desist. I will not say the blogger's name because I don't know if this person was revealed as of yet. I know who they are, but I will not reveal it. But let's go ahead and hear what was said. This is fair use. Shout out to Show Style and Spirit because we're going to listen to her sound bite. We can do that. All right. So if anyone is thinking about striking, you cannot because it is a sound bite. Let's get into it. And this is fair use. YouTube does allow us to use other contents or other people's content as long as it's commentary attached to it. All right. Let's get into it. Yeah.
So yeah, you when you are funny, don't pull into that mess. I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time, y'all. I'm letting them have their fun because they want to drink, but I'm doing me a talking. Y'all want to do a talking with me? Yeah, the talk. Sitting up and y'all can taste the whole thing like you did. Gosh. Come on, T. Oh, no. Someone that came up. I'm sorry. I'm like, oh, no. Yeah, no. Someone sent me a deceased. What the thing is? Cease and desist. That what it is. Yeah. Someone sent me that, y'all. I'm going to shut my damn mouth. Baby, take me to court if you want me to shut up. I don't fuck about no cease and desist, baby. I ain't here for no lawyer. I see no lawyer name on there. If there's no lawyer name on there, take me to court.
Never believe the lie that there's only
Sorry for the ad, you guys. Let's get past the ad. All right, we're back.
See it. Y'all want to pay for y'all too. Pay for y'all too. You sure damn is. Keep fucking with me. Period. Miss Wanda show. What? Damn, I missed it, y'all. Okay, so
shout out to Show Style and Spirit. That's all we needed to hear. Let me show you guys this because I looked it up too. Let's go ahead and get this up there for those of you that think you are allowed to just be on your bullshit and that no one can serve you a cease and desist without an attorney signature or sent by an attorney, that's definitely not true. You guys can see here, according to tort law, and this is definitely a reputable site. You guys can look it up. It's a law site. Also, my mom is a paralegal, so I know a lot about law through her. And let me go ahead and get into that. And I also have a cousin who is an attorney who I've been consulting with on some things as well. So I pretty much know a lot about law. So let's get into this. It says, do you need a lawyer to send a cease and desist letter? You do not. All right. So let's go down here. This was updated as of published July 10th of 2025. You guys see here, a cease and desist letter is a formal request for an individual or entity to stop an activity the sender believes is illegal or infringes upon their rights. Its purpose is to provide notice that legal action may be pursued if the conduct continues. While these letters often precede litigation, they are not legally binding. Court orders say that you are not legally required to hire a lawyer to send one, as anyone who feels their right have been violated can draft a cease and desist letter. So it's not legally binding, but it's serving you notice that you do have to stop whatever it is, because legal ramifications will be taken after said notice if the action or whatever it is that you're asking them to stop doing continues. All right. It's no different than if a lawyer sends it. It's the same thing. It's just a letter telling you to stop whatever it is that you're doing to infringe on someone else's privacy or infringing on whatever it is that you're infringing on as related to the other person. So you can spend money to go through an attorney, but you can also draw it up on your own and give it to said person. And if they continue, then you take the next steps that you feel you need to take, whether it's a protection order, whether it's legal action, whatever the case may be. But a cease and desist is just a letter to let said person know you're asking them to cease. That's what cease means, to stop. Stop maybe speaking on me, stop defaming me, stop whatever it is that you feel the other person is doing, speaking on me, whatever the case may be. And if said person continues to do that, you can keep a letter of your cease and desist that was sent to that person, take that to court and file whatever it is that you feel, maybe it's a TPO, whatever you feel that you need to file against said person to take the next steps of legal action. Okay. So sending a letter without a lawyer, let's look at that. Sending a cease and desist letter without legal counsel is an option, particularly when the issue is straightforward and the goal is to minimize costs. This approach can be effective for similar disputes, such as formal requests to a neighbor about excessive noise or asking someone to remove a personal photograph that they have used without permission. Said in these cases, readily available online templates can help structure the letter. The primary benefit is this approach is avoiding legal fees, which can be very expensive to. And I looked it up in order, and I asked as well. To do a cease and desist will run you about $1,000 to $2,000, depending on the attorney that you use. However, the effectiveness of such letter often depends on the recipient's perception and the clarity of the complaint. All right. So the role of a lawyer in sending the letter, engaging an attorney to send a cease and desist letter introduces a level of authority and self-sent letter may lack. It says that a letter and official law firm letterhead signals the recipient that the sender is prepared to escalate the matter, which can prompt a faster response from those wishing to avoid a formal legal battle. So saying that you already have an attorney that sent that, they're already aware of said action and or situation between you and said person that you're sending the cease and desist letter to, that there is an ongoing issue that you're asking them to legally step in on your behalf to help assist you in going after this person for whatever the situation may be. So this just really jump starting. If you decide to get an attorney involved to send said cease and desist, they're already well versed on what the situation is, which is why they were involved in sending the letter. All right. So a lawyer ensures that the letter is legally precise, identifying the specific laws and contractual rights being violated and making demands that are legally enforceable. Now, this avoids the risk of making empty threats or incorrect legal claims that could undermine your position. An attorney also provides strategic guidance, anticipating potential responses and preparing for the next steps, whether that involves negotiation or filing a lawsuit. So just so that anyone knows, you can continue reading on this, just look it up. But pretty much, that's pretty much what it says. Let's see. That just gives you the components of a cease and desist letter. If you've never sent one out before, then that just tells you how to do it, how to properly deliver the letter. You can send it, you can send a formal letter by mail. You can have it sent through the post office. You can have it sent certified. If you do it certified, then you know said person did get it. And that's just only a few dollars or so that you can pay at the post office to have that letter sent certified mail, and you will know when it is sent because you can verify and or track it through the post office through the number that they give you through filing it certified. Okay, you can have an attorney, your attorney, if you decide to go through an attorney, have it served to them through your attorney. You can do it that way as well. So there are many ways that you can have it sent to them. I would do it certified so that you can track it and it will show that it was delivered. Okay, because anybody can say, I ain't get nothing in the mail. But by certified mail, you can definitely prove that the said letter or certified cease and desist was sent to them. Okay, so you guys can go back and read up on that at your leisure. But that's pretty much how that goes. If you're trying to send someone a cease and desist for whatever reason. So you do not need a lawyer to send someone a cease and desist for it to be legit. That's just the first stages of asking said person to cease whatever action it is that they have taken against you that you feel is against whatever you're asking them not to do. And if it continues, then take next steps. All right. So just a little education on that. Let's get into, give me 1 second, you guys. All right, guys, I'm back. My apologies. Oh my. All right, sorry about that. I'm back. Okay, let's finish our video. Y'all got 1,000 things going on. Oh my God. All right, so let's get into the next video. Papoose, we talked about the other day where Clarissa was coming out saying that she was engaged and all of this to Papoose. And then we found out that it was an old video that she was talking about an ex-boyfriend, but then the ring that she was showing was from someone else. But then most recently she was hollering about being engaged. Weird. So I found a video where most recently, y'all know that Clarissa just got some type of deal with her music on the same label as Papoose. and he has he said that he loves her. So let's go ahead and get into it, because I saw this online. Shout out to Shirley's Jew. I was like, oh, he is professing his love now for her. But still no divorce, guys. Still no divorce. So let's go ahead and get into this so you guys can see. He still has not filed a divorce as of yet from Remy Ma, but he is publicly declaring his love for Clarissa.
To the quote, in case you've been living under a rock, that stands for greatest woman of all times. On your new endeavors, I think it's safe to say we all proud of you. This is your moment. Welcome to Win Records. You know what I'm saying? And also, we want you to know that we in full support. Well, I'm definitely in full support because I love you to death. Let me say it again in case they didn't hear me. I love you to death more than anything. But look, congratulations, Win Records, Clarissa the Quote Shields. Let's go, baby. $8 million new deal. Biggest deal.
Y'all see that? So they are on the same label. He says, hey, I love you more than anything. So if that's the case, move your divorce along and do this thing the right way. They've been together, what now, about a year? And he still have not finalized his divorce. I don't know why. If I was her, I would say, hey, if you're trying to be here, then I need you to go ahead and finalize that, because you can't be in limbo. It's like you in the middle. You still over here. You still holding on to Remy, and you still trying to be over here. So it's like he is trying to get the best of both worlds. It's like he ain't ready to let go over here. But Clarissa needs to stand up and be a woman. Maybe she's afraid she may lose him if she pressed him to go ahead and finalize things. But at the end of the day, if he's saying I love you more than anything, then maybe that's confirmation that, you know, y'all need to go ahead and take the next steps into finalizing things to be more exclusive, okay? Because you are publicly saying it. So let's hear it one more time.
In case you've been living under a rock, that stands for greatest woman of all times. On your new endeavors, I think it's safe to say we all proud of you. This is your moment. Welcome to Win Records. You know what I'm saying? And also, we want you to know that we in full support. Well, I'm definitely in full support because I love you to death. Let me say it again in case they didn't hear me. I love you to death more than anything. But look, congratulations, Win Records, Clarissa the Quote Shields. Let's go, baby. $8 million new deal. Biggest deal.
All right. Well, y'all heard it right there. He said, I love you. And I'm going to say it again. I love you more than anything. So he looking her right in the eye like, hey, I mean that thing. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm pulling for, I guess I like them together. I don't know. A person has every reason to move on if that's what they feel like they want to do. If they don't want to be with said person anymore, okay, then move on, child, to be where you feel you want to be, but, you know, complete where you were. Wrap that up and then go head on. So shout out to them, I guess. Moving right along, somebody who is really getting on my nerves, Towanda needs to definitely tell her husband to stay out of the family business, whatever it is that's going on, rather through the sisters. It has nothing to do with him. This is like the second or third video I've seen where Tawanda's now new husband, Sean, who she dated for over 10, 15 years, continues to insert himself in family business that I feel is just not his. Y'all remember when Tracy was still here, she said she did not like him and she wanted him to stay out of their business as well. Whatever is going on between the sisters is between the sisters and not him. So according to Braxton Family Values fan page, let's go ahead and hear what they're saying. All right.
For that and talking down about people or talking gossiping or calling people like they name or fighting or any of that. I ain't doing it, bro.
Nope.
I ain't doing it. I don't care who you are. Yep. I don't care if you my mama, my sister, my twin, Jesus. It don't matter.
Yeah.
I ain't spending 2 seconds on that junk. And I love you and I mean it. I wish the best for you. I hope you find all the happiness in your life. But everybody at this house, them 2 kids and that woman upstairs that I'm responsible for, we not plugging into that. I don't care what it is.
Nope.
We're not plugging, we're not pouring, we're not entertaining, we're not doing any of that. And what people need to understand is it's not our responsibility to nurture your triggers. That's no one's responsibility but yours. Period.
Yep.
We're not coddling anything other than peace, happiness, and joy. That's it.
That's it.
Well, I feel like that's a subliminal towards Tamar. Tamar has only asked you, Towanda, to pay her back the money that she loaned you. And it was very clear during the time that she loaned it to you that it was a loan. She loaned you $30-something thousand to get your home, that you and this man right here at the bottom of our screen that you married. He couldn't put you in no home. You've been dating this man 10, 15 years, and he could not put you in a home. You had to go to your sister for $30,000. And then when she asked you for the money back, you ran and filed for bankruptcy and put that $30,000 on there so that Tamar could not come for you. That's not the only money she loaned you. She loaned you another, I heard, 20-something thousand that you still refused to give her. And then she was in a recent accident, Towanda was, and she got a settlement and did not give Tamar any money. Still didn't give her no money. See, this is the problem. You cannot burn bridges with people because you don't know when you'll need her again. This bitch down at the bottom with these damn waves, he got a lot to say, but he ain't reaching in his pocket. And I have a problem with people like that. You married him and he can't take care of you and everything that you need. Why marry him and he can't put you in a home for you and your children? You picking losers, and then you run into your sister who you really don't like that, but you know she has the financial capability to do said loaning. And then you stab her in the back and you sit up and talk about her mental, saying she got mental problems. Well, did she have mental problems when you were asking her for the money? That's some slick shit right there. I don't like it. And then you sit on videos and you throw subliminals. Pay her money. She has a son to take care of, just like you have responsibilities to take care of. And then you wonder why everybody on the internet and the surrounding areas are talking shit about you, Towanda, because you come off as a bitch and you allow your husband to insert himself in family business that have nothing to do with him. Who cares if he's been around for 10, 20 years? That still does not give him the opportunity and or right to speak on family situations dealing with you and your sisters. So Tamar loaned you the money. Tamar loaned you the money. $30,000 is a lot of money to help somebody. And then as soon as you marry this bitch down at the bottom of the screen, you hurry up and run and put the house in his name so that the people can't come after you and take your house. What is he bringing into this marriage besides his baggage and his feet? What is he bringing in a marriage? It's giving everybody else is taking care of Towanda. Now, we already talked about how she was stealing Miss E's Social Security checks and signing them, forging them. She caught charges behind that. Then I hear Trina loaned to Towanda $10,000 and she never paid her back that money either. So why do y'all keep loaning Towanda money if she is not going to pay you back? Why keep helping Towanda if Tawanda's not going to pay you the money back and then throw subliminals and talk shit? And then also her husband plugging his shit in there as well. He shouldn't be saying nothing. Where your money at, Sean? Since you got so much to say, let's continue. Got a lot to say, but you ain't reaching in them pockets, bitch ass nigga.
And if you can't vibrate up, then you have to vibrate out.
That's it. And here's the thing. This is not coming from a place of hate, meanness. I will speak for myself. I sincerely, from the core of who I am, hope that every spirit, soul on this earth finds their purpose, finds their passion, finds the people that support them, finds the people that encourages them, that cheerleads for them, and that they can do that for everyone else in their circle and be led by their source.
Right.
That's what I want for everybody.
Right.
I just do. And ain't nothing you gonna do gonna change that. But what I have control over, me, and what I'll allow in my space, in my home, on my phone, in my car, like I have a choice to make there.
Yeah.
And that choice is love. That choice is peace. I'm just I've tried before. I've tried to pull people. I've tried to be like, hey, let me show you. I'm not doing that. And she ain't doing it either. We love you. We rather look towards the hills from what's coming our help.
Come on now. Come on, honey.
It's Good Friday. I'm here
Did you look towards the motherfucking hills when you needed that money for that house? No, you didn't. You looked at Tamar. People always want to be biblical and start preaching. When did you become so saved? Were you just saved when you needed that $30,000? Were you just saved when you were still in Miss E's Social Security checks? Were you just saved when you went over there to I feel like she went to Trina because Tamar wasn't giving no more money. Oh, and let's not forget where Tamar was also saying that you also went and got had a whole phone bill in her name and wasn't paying the bill, and then she turns around to go and try to do something with her own, add a phone line or something, only to find out that you had a whole family plan under her name and ain't said shit to her about it. So not only were you ruining her credit, not only were you not paying her back, Towanda, you a whole hot ass mess. And then this nigga here talking about what we're not doing. We're looking to the hills. We're not going to be entertaining anything else. Just pay people back. You can't do things to people and they stick their neck out to help you. And then when they start saying, hey, I want my money back, pay me back. You see that as somebody causing drama in your life. And you say, well, we're not going to participate in the drama. It's not drama. They're asking for their fucking money. Don't be saying you're not getting ready to tap into my peace and keep me from having peace, me and my household, when all this person is doing is asking you just give me back my fucking money and do whatever you want to do with your life, but just pay me back. I have no intentions of bothering you. I just want my money. That's all Tamar's been asking for all this time. But now you want to equate that to somebody tapping into your peace and disturbing your home, the same home she paid for, mind you. Child. And then you wonder why you keep finding yourself in situations. Towanda was just in a bad accident where she totaled her car. And she got a nice settlement out of it. But you didn't even say, you know what, Tamar, here's some of the money I owe you back. I know you paid me $30,000. Here's $10,000. Put it towards that, and whatever I owe you afterwards, I will still make payments on that when I get some more money. But here, just to show you in good faith that I am going to be responsible and pay you back like I told you, here, take this. You didn't do that. You didn't do that. Now, her wedding, I found out, her wedding was paid by the show. This wedding, this little thrifty wedding that she got married to him, she didn't have no money. So it was said that she asked the show, the network, to pay for her wedding to get married to Sean, who she been with for 10, 20 years. Y'all should have just went to the courthouse. That was for TV. That was for a storyline. That's all that was. So they paid for you to show a wedding on TV when you could have gone to the courthouse. This is somebody you've been with dating for 10 to almost 20 years. But because you want to be seen, this is a mess. Y'all drop in the chat what y'all think. I ain't standing no more. Because, child, I can sit here and holler and holler and holler. Let's move on to Porsha. Porsha says she is dealing with some depression. I knew something was wrong with her ass, child. You dating a man and a woman. You don't know what you want. I feel like Porsha is just grabbing at straws at this point. I think Simon done messed her up real good. But that's the way it be when you put yourself in situations you should not be in. Messing with Simon was definitely her karma. Let's get into what Porsha is dealing with. She says to keep. I'm going to read it from my phone because, child, this is, it's small. All right, we're going to read what she has to say. Bear with me. Bear with me. I can't fool with you right now, sis. I'm going to get back. Y'all, my phone is blowing up over here. All right, hold on. Let's see. Okay. Oh, no. Give me a second, y'all. Yeah, honey. Porsha says she is depressed. I said, child, depressed? What you depressed for? All right, so Porsha says, honey, keep pushing. She says, thank God every day that I'm in my right mind and not only having lost myself, she says, but I found an appropriate, a better me. That don't make no sense. She says, leaving BravoCon, I'm filled with all the love and warmth. Okay. All the love and warmth. Child, this is, hold on. All the love and warmth and support from our beautiful fans. She says that I just want to extend a thank you and support and from the bottom of my heart for not only our prayers, but for being with me on this journey called life. She says, I love me again and I love you all. Thank you, mommy, for being my backbone, raw, real life. She said that no more survival mode. She says, I'm in survival mode. She says, we will thrive. We are kicking depression's ass. Okay. So she says she's been dealing with depression, child. Why this right here? So Real Housewives of Atlanta, Porsha Williams, honey, has a moment of transparency as she shares that she's been battling with depression, and she thanks everyone for their support.
And you feeling quite right.
What? Oh, yes, fine.
Okay, no music, honey. So this is her. Now, she must have got them tags right, because that looked like the same Rolls Royce that she was supposed, that Simon gifted her and would not give her the paperwork on. So maybe she found a loophole in that to get her tags renewed and get the registration and everything straightened out so that she could drive the car. So I guess kudos to her for that. That is looks like the same Range Rover with the orange interior, I remember. So what do y'all think about that? Porsha's saying that she's been dealing with some type of depression. Maybe that's why she's been, choosing all these people to be in her life to, I guess, mask the real issues that she's dealing with, which is depression. Depression is real. For those of you that's ever dealt with depression, definitely get seen. Child, see someone about it. Okay, definitely have some prayers, honey. Pray up and see a good therapist. And try to have a lot of supportive people around you while you're dealing with that, because depression is a real thing. Okay, so I'd be depressed too if I was dealing with everything that I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with everything that she's dealing with, because that has to be a lot. From her divorce, she dealt with a lot this year, just in 2025 alone. There's just the legal stuff. Okay, not getting the money that she thought she was going to be getting from Simon, because he's just like, I ain't giving a shit. She's supposed to be getting $40,000 a month. Okay, for the next 36 months. But Simon, of course, y'all know he got deported, and he says and he vows that he's not going to pay her anything. So probably this is why she's taking on all of these damn jobs. But hey, prayers up for you, Porsha. Prayers up. All right. I don't never want to see nobody in that space. Let's move along. Monique Samuels speaks on her marriage to Chris Samuels. We really haven't heard much about that as related to her. So let's go ahead and get into that. All right. So Real Housewives of Potomac, Monique Samuels talks about lessons that she learned from her divorce from Chris Samuels. Let's get into it. Shout out to Housewives from Housewife.
You end up attracting a person who you want to love the parts of you that you never paid attention to. And a lot of times some people can grow through that, if they're on the same page. But sometimes, you just kind of, when you start doing that healing and you start doing that work, you kind of mismatch, if you're both not growing. You don't have to be growing at the same rate, but you both have to be growing and wanting to evolve and change, right? So one thing that I learned is that I would never again get into a relationship without first loving myself the way that I want someone to love me. I have to do that for me first. So a lot of times we get into a relationship and we expect the other person to love the parts of us that we struggle with, and then that can turn into control. That can turn into just expectations that aren't being met. And we always say that we have to show people how to love us. But I think the part that we miss is that we also have to love ourselves the way we deserve to be loved, for ourselves first, And I didn't do that. Very young, I didn't do that. I didn't even know that was a thing until I started doing some healing on my own. And sometimes you end up growing apart, and that's pretty much been the case for me. So I look forward to being in a beautiful relationship one day with someone that knows how to love me properly, because now I know how to love myself properly, and I know that's what I will attract, So what did you learn from your divorce as of right now, but still learning? That's a great question. I learned many things from my divorce, mainly that when you get into a relationship and you haven't really dealt with your own inner childhood traumas, or if you never really gotten to know yourself.
What do y'all think about what Monique had to say? She sounds like she's growing. Do I feel like she's completely let go of Chris? I do not, because she's still worried about who he's seeing. Y'all know she feels a whole way about Chris dating Stacey Raj from the new girl Stacey Raj from Real Housewives of Potomac. When word got around that Chris went on a few dates with her, Ashley Darby from Real Housewives of Potomac did ask, according to Ashley, she did ask Chris Samuels if he slept with Stacey, and he decided to take a drink and did not want to answer that, which probably is a telltale sign that he may have smashed her, which he can, because he's now single. He's not married to Monique. But, you know, when a person runs in the same circles as you and you kind of see them as really not a friend, but maybe an associate or someone who you're trying to get to know, maybe as a friend later on down the line, it just gives weird energy. So Monique pretty much was saying, yeah, no, you're not about to be running around nowhere with Chris on one of the episodes coming up, because maybe she felt like that's too close for comfort. Like, I don't want to sit up here and have a whole conversation with you and then you having side conversations about how you smashed my ex-husband. Like, that's some weird shit, right? But so shout out to Monique for her growth. But definitely, girl, you going if you ain't trying to be with Chris no more. And I said before, just because they're divorced does not mean that they may not be still sleeping together. They still might have an asexual relationship, because some people be that way. Just because a person break up don't mean they ain't still smashing. Maybe that's just the one part that they're not ready to let go of. Maybe they just can't stand that person, but they still love their sex and they still want that part of that person. So that could be what's going on with Monique, because she says that she's not really dating anybody, that she's not serious with nobody, that she's just kind of trying to heal for herself. So maybe she letting Chris come slide over there. I mean, the kids know him. That's their daddy. You know, maybe she putting the kids to bed early and Chris come over there about 9:30, 10:30 at night and, you know, pull her braids or something. I don't know, shit. But y'all put in the chat what y'all think about that. Ooh, let's get to our last topic, child. Because we can't stay on it too long, girl. I got to go so I can get my money. Okay. Child, y'all know how I be. Get your braids pulled, honey. That's how I be sometimes. You ready to let go. That's just what it be. All right. Some of y'all in my chat know y'all spin the block on a nigga you ain't really want to be with no way, because he used to crack your back real good. You be like, I don't really like this motherfucker, but you know, he do crack my back just right. So I'm gonna give him some right quick. And nigga, get your shit and go home. No, you cannot spend the night. All right. You don't let him spend the night, but you will let him come through and plow your head through that damn headboard a few times. Y'all know how y'all be. Or was that just me? I don't know. Get out of my business. Okay, but let's continue on. Okay. According to the Jasmine brand. Ooh, let me hush while I tell my business, child. Lord. All right. Let's go ahead and share before I forget, child. Y'all know how y'all be. That be y'all. That ain't me. Okay, that be y'all. Inviting folk over that you done broke up with. Like you forgot. Okay, so Heavenly, child. Heavenly now trying to blame everybody else about the situation and the legal issues with her son. Now, we've already talked about it. Dr. Heavenly Kimes, child, reveals that she was forced, all right, air quotations, to address her son's legal troubles on camera. Well, they were like, well, bitch, you're not about to sit up here and talk about everybody else's stuff and you don't ever share your own. Do Heavenly ever share her stuff? She do not, right? She don't. She don't be sharing her business, but she be quick to want to talk about everybody else. So Bravo said, bitch, this season, yeah, you are reduced to friend of, and you can ready to tell your damn business. Yeah, we heard in the blogs that your son was arrested, bitch. Get to talking. And I love that for her. You. All right, let's go ahead and read. Dr. Heavenly Kimes says that filming the newest season of Married to Medicine became one of the most difficult periods of her life as she navigated her son Damon Kimes Jr.'s legal troubles and her own political ambitions. She says that I went into the season how I always go into the seasons. Heavenly, who is 54 years old, told US Weekly exclusively on Saturday that November the 16th at BravoCon 2025 in Las Vegas, whatever I'm going through actually comes up on camera. Okay. This season. Now, according to Heavenly, she said this time the circumstances were far more intense. She said, I don't like to talk about it, but I was forced to talk about a lot of things this season that I never do. And it's explosive, according to her. Yeah, right. I'm sure she's going to share just enough to get by. So Heavenly, who joined Married to Medicine in season 2 of 2014, explained that season 12 was especially heavy due to overlapping personal and professional challenges. She says, listen, my son got arrested. I'm running a political campaign. She told us, she says, I'm running for Congress. And she said it was just a lot of personal issues. It was just very difficult. It was just a very difficult season for her this year. Now, her eldest son, Damon Kimes Jr., who is 28 years old, was indicted earlier on in 2024 for felony aggravated assault on a police officer in connection with a 2023 incident that was at the college where he was getting into a fight, and the police officer tried to stop this fight. He jumped into the car to try to speed off and tried to hit a police officer as well. They put out papers on him. They tracked him down. He was arrested for said incident, okay? It said that the case was placed on judicial hold in August, requiring him to complete community service and undergo mental health counseling. Heavenly previously addressed the situation during an April live stream with Carlos King, calling the ordeal a big misunderstanding. Yeah. At that time, she says it was years ago. Damon never told me, another lie. He handled that shit, and that's why I love him, because he knew that I would have been upset. Another lie. He went down there and talked to the people, and my son never got charged with anything. Another lie, because I covered it, and I showed you guys the court documents as well. He was charged with maybe two crimes. Heavenly and her husband, Dr. Damon Kimes Sr., share 3 children. Despite the turbulence, Heavenly said that the marriage remains solid, says that we're doing pretty good versus great. Oh, okay. She told US, noting that her personal growth will be visible on the show. She says that it took a lot of courage and a lot of bravery, and I'll leave it there, according to what she's saying. But she's saying she was forced to talk about it. She should, because it's been all over the blogs. Why would you not include that in your storyline? Again, I feel she tries to cover her own life and her own inconsistencies. We've been hearing for years that there's been some infidelities in her marriage as related to her husband. She won't talk about that. All the blogs have been talking about it, that your husband like Becky's and that he be cheating. But she always try to debunk that. We do know Mariah Huck, when she was on the show, said she had receipts that Dr. Daddy was out there doing some things, and Dr. Heavenly sat there looking all crazy when Mariah said it, instead of saying you a goddamn lie, my husband ain't been nowhere. But she didn't try that with Mariah, because Mariah said she had receipts, and Heavenly shut the fuck up. But at the end of the day, like I said, nobody's life is perfect. If you're dealing with that, please understand you are on a reality show, so all your shit is going to come out. Anytime you are on TV, people are going to dig you up and find out things about you if you choose not to share it, just like they found out about her son. It's an open book. You got to be an open book when you're on TV, and things that you don't share, people like me, we can find it out. But what do y'all think about that? Go ahead and put in the chat what y'all think about it. Go ahead and comment on all the topics that we discussed, and share the video, like the video, and subscribe to the channel if you've not done so. Please don't forget to cut your notification bell on so that you do not miss any topics that we discuss. All right. Thank you to my mods, Truth TV Podcast, Tyra KBR, Sweet Essence, Scorpion Miss, Rose Armstead. Thank you so much. Those are my Topflight mods. Also, thank you to all the content creators. You guys know who you are. That's in my chat, that's supporting this video right now. I appreciate you guys as well. Please support all the content creators who are in this video, okay? Y'all know I love y'all down. To all the fake-ass biatches that continue to come over in my chat. One person in particular, shout out to Marcella for bringing it to my attention. Y'all do know that I was helping some people out with food assistance. My battery's running low. Did I not plug my shit up? Hold on, y'all. Ooh, I gotta go. My battery's about to go low. Shout out to the person who lied and said that they needed food assistance and they were pretending to be somebody else. Miss Coco Mo, I know exactly who you are, dear. You were pretending to be someone else, and I gotta go ahead and say it because that's very effed up. Okay, it was said that this person was lying and said that they needed help, and I hear that person was misdiagnosis. If that was you, that's very fucked up to come in my chat, because you know I don't fuck with you anyway. But I had to go ahead and say that. Shout out to Marcella for throwing that out there, because we do have some people that's pretending to be other people and hopping up in people's chats when they know that they don't fuck with them like that. So shout out to Marcella for letting me know that. Maj, you already know what to do with that situation, okay? I do not want that person back in my chat ever again, okay? And y'all already know that I told y'all that I do go and verify anyone that come over here on my chat asking for any type of assistance in any type of way. I'm gonna verify who you are before any money is sent to you. So yeah, I had to go ahead and say that. Coco Mo Beauty, it's been brought to my attention that you are out here pretending to be someone else, and that you asked for food assistance. You hopped up in my chat. I still have the message. Okay, I still have the message. You are a fake ass individual. So I just want everybody to know that. And anybody else to come over here on that fake shit, you're gonna be blasted as well. Okay, don't come over here talking about I need some help. Can you assist me? When you know I don't even fuck with you like that. All right, stay out my chat. Stay out of my chat with that. All right, I done told y'all we work in fraud. I work in fraud. So thank you, Marcella, for putting that out there. Okay, because yeah. Then I tell y'all people on some fake ass shit over here. But let me go because I got to get my my cord from downstairs for my laptop. Thank y'all. We'll see you guys later. Love you guys down. Bye.